Look how pretty that is. So, Rach has been gone, visiting the Chillins in Tennessee, seeing that brand new sweet grandbaby. And I decided I would like to give her a surprise for whenever she came back, which is the things that you've already seen me building, the automatic water and stuff. And so I did this the other night. I got me over there on the trailer our 2 pressure treated 4x4s and 2 exterior grade 3/4 inch pieces of plywood. So 4x8. So here I'm going to put a 4x8, or it'll probably be 4x6. That's what it's going to end up being. But I'm going to bury the wood down in here. I'm trying to get it about 2 feet deep. Those are 10-foot long 4x4s. So you can put that in there and put the plywood over it, fill it in. I'm going to dig this area out over here so those come back this way and will come up into the bottom of that, and that will hold the timer and all of the tubing and all that kind of good stuff. So I've already tested out the stuff over here. It's clear. Got them laid out there from 1 through 7, and so I'll just dig this out here and get that going on. So that is the plan. That's the stuff that I've done while you guys are away. I've been over here working. So time to do some more working. Plan is tonight to get that wood cut down to size, and then I'll put that in the hole over here. Oh, maybe I'll screw it together inside the shop. Not sure. But and then get that stuff mounted to it. I want to paint it up and do it all nice and pretty and everything for Rach, because she has enough halfway done project. She's very kind not to go on about the half-done project. So I would like to finish a project for her. This is Wednesday though, Wednesday evening. So I think probably paint is a little bit out of the way, but if I could have the thing working, we could paint it later. She could tell me what she wanted to put on it. So that's the plan. Get it in the ground, get it wired up, hooked up, hosed up. I'm probably sure I'm going to hose it up. But that's the deal. And then I'll put the lights. Well, I have the lights on the backhoe already, and so maybe later this evening I'll be digging that out. I'll try to get you some footage of that. I didn't do it last time because I don't know, it's kind of spur of the moment, and I took a long time to hook the backhoe up to the tractor. Anywho, all right, man. So about to get after it. See ya. Joe Exotic on the backhoe. All the way back to that metal post there. Alright, this might be a good time to catch you up as far as what we're doing. So, I'm going to give you a look around. We got this thing up and in the ground mostly. Then got all these hoses here. Got a 45 on them, so they'll come straight up, right up in there. I have the Christmas tree or menorah ready to go pretty much. I got to finish off the top piece here. I don't know what I want to do with that. And then also down on the bottom there, got to make that stick out far enough for the hoses to go underneath. So those hoses right here. So that's that. I think on top I'm gonna actually put a little at some point put a little roof on there. I don't know, maybe put a light up inside there. Who knows? But so that's where we're at right now. Word on the street is just hours away from Rach coming home, and although this thing over here that Ben is doing right now wasn't necessarily part of the original plan, I added it into to give us some expansion abilities out there on the west side of the garden. So we're putting in the pipe there, so it's going to come back over this way, make this little dog leg and come in underneath here and hook up. So that's that. Hours left. Crunch time. It's going to be 100 and some ungodly amount today. So also the power is blowing up over there. All right, well, welcome back to another day. This is Friday. I took the day off so I could be with Rach whenever she gets home, and she's not home yet. So update on the watering system over here. I'll show you what we got, so check it out. We've got this thing pretty well down. We're waiting. I gotta get some more pipe, that pipe today, to run from here all the way down over there for each one of those beds. Got a faucet down there, so I can put another hose down that way, so we don't have to keep dragging a hose from here. So there's a connection on here for a hose. Let me show you what this thing looks like. So we have lots more connection points here that need to be hooked up. So I'm probably going to use 3 of those for this area down here, 3 more down there, and then I'm thinking that maybe that one of the remaining ones are going to be just that real thin hose that goes to like flower pots and things like that, and I'll run that underneath the gravel along the sides over for each one of those, and then on down to those and those. Do the same for the other side. Just kind of go all the way down, and that way we can, water the stuff that's on the side. I have killed just about everything out here, I think. So I'm not sure how much more hope we have left for the garden, since I pretty much murdered everything. Anyways, Rachel will come back and she'll make it all better. That's what she does. Yeah, so it also did that's the one going over to the west, and then this one here has got a connection on there for a hose, and that one's a temporary with a hose on there for now until we get the trench dug all the way around there. This is the b-hyve, the Orbit b-hyve system, and it is Wi-Fi-able, so it is yet to be connected. Watch out for that tree, knucklehead. So I gotta get some wires here and hook those things up to these. I don't have any wire, otherwise I'd be wiring it right now. So I'm gonna have to get some wire whenever I pick up the hoses, and I'll dress all that up over there, have it come up into there. Got my outdoor shower right here. Not really. So I had a bit of an incident right here. See all that? So I hooked this thing up and turned the water on, and everything was looking real good. And I got a little closer, and I felt there was a little stream of water coming out there. I'm like, oh crap. So I pondered and pontificated. How am I going to fix that? Since these are all just basically, there's a little collar in between each one of these that are hooking these together. These are basically all just glued together like one spine. There's no way for me to get into the middle of that. So what I did, in typical Okie redneck fashion, I wasn't about to pull all that thing apart and remake it. Didn't have the time. Still don't have the time. So what I did was I got a vacuum, shop vac, and hooked it up to this connection right here. So this is just kind of sitting in there so I could drain some water off whenever I needed to. So I hooked a vacuum up to there, and then I shut the main valve off over here as it is right now. I opened up that one, and then I opened up this one over here, and I verified that there was a vacuum going all the way through there, and there was. So then I shut that off, and then I got some primer. That's the purpley stuff, and I put the primer around there, let it pull a vacuum on that for a while. And the idea was it was going to suck the primer in there where it needed to be. And so I did that, and I let it draw a vacuum on it for a bit, and then I got some of the glue that goes on this while it was still drawing a vacuum, and I just set the glue around there, and it sucked the glue in, sealed it up. So now I can turn this on. That's the pressure coming up in the valves there, and no leak. Yay! There were some other leaks elsewhere just because I didn't tighten the fittings and stuff, so I shut it off last night so that it would dry off, and now I'll be able to see where the leaks are. But I can show you that this thing works. So this is bed number 1 right there, and so you just give this thing a little turn to start the flow, and then that hose starts to swell up. And you can see there's water coming out. Hope you can see that. So every 12 inches there is an emitter. And so every 12 inches of this hose is getting a little drop of water every so often. And so all of the beds have that. We had to do some weird stuff with the Ben and I did this yesterday. Thank goodness, props to Ben, because man, without him I'd probably still be out here monkeying around. So this is not the way that you're supposed to terminate these. These actually say you just fold them over, but man, we couldn't get those things folded over to stop that flow for nothing. So we invented this. So I put it on there just because I knew it would seal that up. This is a valve that goes onto the hard, the black pipe, like those right there. That's what's coming in over here in the corner. So we did that, and Ben's like, oh hey, you could just use this to also water some things that need to be watered. And I said, yeah, that's the reason we'll do it. No other reason than that. But yeah, there that is. So we'll see how that works. I've got 2,000 feet of this tubing, this emitter tubing. So, you know, that ought to last us a week or two. Anyway, so that's that. And like I say, I will get the sorry for the chin shot. I will get all of the wiring for this thing, get this sucker wired up today, hopefully, and start locating these drips and leaks, and get the Orbit b-hyve hooked up to the network, and then we can program this sucker from the phone. All right. Looks like I need a battery here too. What I need? Pull tab, it says. Well, okay. Just pull the tab. Yeah, boy. Got Bluetooth. All right. So I'll get more into that whenever we get more into that. For now, I'm waiting around to go pick up Rach. So hopefully that's going to happen real soon. And I'll give you an update whenever she sees this. Hopefully she likes it, because I put a lot of time into it. And money too. See ya. So people may ask, what's the big deal with the, putting the gravel in the trench? And so I've heard lots of different things about that. Some were like, well, that softens so the ground doesn't like compress the pipe. Some say it just is easier for the fill. You put that in there, and then down the road, whenever you need to dig that up, whenever you dig into the dirt and you come to the gravel, you're like, aha, there's a pipe close. That's one thing. The thing that I think probably is the most true is that there was a guy who had a lot of trenches, and he had a lot of gravel. Just filled it in with gravel. So in honor of that person, I'm doing the same here for this. So yay. Now, this history lesson was brought to you by BS Incorporated. All right, so we got a little experiment going on here. We got the drip tape hooked up. It is running at 10 psi, and it just started maybe 5 minutes ago. So in half an hour, I'm going to take my shovel and see how deep down it actually got into this soil, and then I'm going to do the same with that soil down there. So this is all the stuff that came from Stonies, the grow. No, this is grow and dirt from the ranch here. That's all dirt from the ranch. And this, actually, you know what? I think this is also a combination of, I'll see whenever I open it up, but I think this is just dirt ranch dirt and Stonies on the top of it. So we're going to see if the recommended time of 13 minutes from the orbit is going to water down 4 to 6 inches. So I don't think so, but we'll see. All right, see you back here in 30 minutes. Peace. All right, update. It has not been 30 minutes yet, but what I did over there at Otto Waterman, I only had one 10 psi regulator left, or yeah. So I didn't have it on either one of these, so it ran for 15 or 20 minutes without any type of regulator on there. So it was running at like 50 psi or whatever. Anyhow, so this was the one now that is running unregulated. I don't know if you could tell how much drippage is coming from there. That one is unregulated, and this one is regulated at 10 psi. And I don't see much of a difference. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens. But it looks like both of these are putting out quite a bit of water. I'm surprised at the amount of water that's being put out. And very evenly. You can see here, this is already kind of starting to run over there. This dirt here is pretty clay-like. Very powdery. When it's wet, it's super gummy. But it seems to be taking the water well. And then this dirt is like mostly compost and such. Yeah, mostly compost. I think this is just all Stonies. All right, well, we'll see. I'm still going to check it at 30 minutes. They both ran about equal amount of time, so that'll be interesting. All right, see you in a bit. Right, it has been about 30 minutes, so let's see what this thing does. So the idea is I'm just going to go straight down with the shovel here and see how far it gets wet. That's pretty significant. that's only really wet right here on the top. See? That's only maybe an inch or two wet there. So, big puddle on the outside. We only got down an inch or so. See how this fares over here. I'll go right in the middle of one of these big puddles here. So, kind of similar. A little bit deeper. That's all dry there. All right, so about a half hour gets down about an inch or two. And this is dirt. This is dirt ranch dirt. The good dirt. Or the dirt we've already paid for once. Let's go see if this makes any difference over here. Curious. Oh. So that's a little better. Maybe that's not, I just kind of stuck that thing up. Yep. So, you know, that's a few inches, but it's not everywhere. It's right there in the kind of the biggest puddle area. Good to know. All right, well, I don't know how much more testing I'll be doing tonight. At least that I'll be able to film. I will come out here in another half hour or so and see what's happening on down the line. All right, I'll update you on that. Meanwhile, I'm making a pretty good mess over here. That sunflower though. All right, this has been running for right at an hour. I don't know if you can see that very good. I don't know if that helps. So, all of those little dots of moisture are starting to connect, so that's good. So let me just go in right here. And that doesn't look very much better. So it's like about like what it was a little while ago. It's just a larger patch. Interesting. see about over here. This is all connected together. That one looks like it's gone quite a bit further down. Let's see. Yep. Yeah, so that's about a knuckle to my finger, into my finger. That's about 4 inches. That's pretty good. Wow. So the more clay dirt is going deeper than the more compost-y dirt. Let's go down and check this third spot. Sorry for the rough ride. I've only got 2 hands. All right, well, that one I might have took a little bit of moisture down with me when I went. No, that's real moisture. So that's dang near. That's pretty deep. Yeah, about the same, maybe a little deeper. Imagine that. All right, well, science. So the only thing we really need to water over here is these tomatillos. And looks like they've been getting some water. I think I will shut that off and call this a day. Maybe I'll come back out tomorrow and see how much of that water remains. That might be interesting to find out as well. All right. All right, Otto, I'm shutting you down, buddy. These pressure regulators tend to pulsate whenever you turn them on. It takes a little while for them to shut up, but it sounds like a little tapping on there. So, all right, so then at some point that's going to get painted. Yeah, I'm going to let it dry out first. When I got to pull this off, I pull this off to fix some leaks that are on the back side of it. So whenever I pull that away, I'm just going to Thompson's water seal the crud out of it. And then seal the front, put a little roof on it, maybe a little light, maybe put a Google Home out here, and ooh, that's bad. Put a Google Home out here, and then call it a day. No, I'll paint something on there cool. Well, I'll think it's cool. All right, night, guys. I'll let you know what this looks like tomorrow. See ya.